So guys, 3rd of March, back on the bank. It's been absolutely freezing this morning. As yet I haven't set my float rod up yet. I'm on peg 84 again, and in a sec I'll spin you round so you can have a look at the difference to the last time I fished this peg. I picked this peg hopefully to get on it today, because to show you the difference between it being up and what it is like now. And so with that said, I might as well show you. So if you remember, you couldn't see this part of the platform where my hand is. You've seen the steps? I was fishing on top of the steps. Now, if I spin you round, there's the top of the platform, mind. The platform, I mean that the water was just about above. That's how far below the edge of the river is now. So we're talking about where I was fishing at least 18, possibly 20 foot of water. So I put a couple of balls of ground weight in already. I'm going to fish just around about the middle. I'm going to carry on setting up. Now I may not even set up my seat yet. I'm just going to have a little crack to see if there's anything about, a little poke around. So I'll knock you off, and then I'll be back with you shortly. So guys, on a freezing day, just had my first fish. A chub of about £1.5, possibly £2 actually, which nearly went back in. So there you go guys, that's the first fish on bread. Decent fish, good £2 that. So obviously I'm well pleased with that. So he's going to go back in, no keep net today, quite the way off the water. So let's hope I can catch a couple more of the same. So absolutely freezing down here. When I was coming up, it was -1. I'd imagine it's around about 0 now. Don't know whether you can see the frost on the other bank. I'll switch you round, you can see it behind me there as well. But the fish are feeding. So today I'm going for chub. The last couple of times I have sort of set my stall for the smaller fish, but today I want to catch some decent ones. So that wasn't too far out. Prior to that, I got a big tangle in, because I was casting right out past the middle. That's where I intended to fish, but I got in a big tangle. It snapped up, so I put that away, that rod, and that was an acolyte rod, by the way, a 17-foot acolyte rod, lovely to use. But it's been freezing up on the eye because it's so cold. When I'm bringing the rod in, with the water freezing, it's freezing up on the ice. So up to now that hasn't happened on the cadence rod that I'm using, and this cadence rod is 14 foot long. Lovely rod. I've used it to catch chub before now, but I'm going to put some more bait in now and then hopefully catch a few more. So only a small one this time guys, slippery as ever. Chub again on the bread. I hope you catch that, because I don't know whether I can give you a much better photo. That's about the best I can do with that. There you go guys, he's going back in now. So I lost one chub just after the £2 one I showed you earlier on, and then I've gone through a long spell of not catching, but I've been trying all different types of baits. I've been on the meat, I've been on casters, I've tried 3 maggots, and I've gone back on the bread. So I think I'm going to carry on with the bread for the time being. I'd like to get you in a better position than what I am here, but it's very difficult with the bank here. So if I can sort of position you down a bit. Maybe there. There's definitely not a lot of room on these platforms. Just about enough to get a sea fox on here. So there you are. pop that on a bit. Same setup as usual. We've got the elevator down the line. There we go. And I've only got a size 14 hook on, a bit small for bread, but I'm still catching on it. I have got size 8 hooks as well, size 8 hooks as well, so I may put them on later on. Well, I could see sort of, he was going through a couple of times and I was getting a little couple of blips, and I managed to snap a lot in there, but I think there's small fish in here at the moment. So coming through closer in then, there was no trace at all, so they're definitely further out in the river. I've been feeding the inside line with hemp and casters, so it gives me an option later on then to go fishing on the inside. That's more where I would have thought the fish are. When you get a take, they all seem to be in the same area. And we told by the bailiff that there was a match or attempted match on it yesterday. But there was a boat regatta on it yesterday, and there was 200 boats on the water. So everybody who was fishing yesterday had to pack up because they just couldn't possibly fish with that many boats on the water. Didn't connect that time, but I just got a feeling in my mind that if it goes down when using bread, it's more or less going to be a chub. I have caught days on bread, but not many. Just dipped down a little bit, but it never went right in there. But quite a few balls of ground bait in this swim as well. And there has been bread and meat in the ground bait. Okay guys, what I've done now, I've positioned the camera on the actual side tray that I'm using. Now, it's not exactly straight at the moment, but I can adjust that and I've sorted myself out here a minute. We've got a couple of guys coming down on a rowing boat a minute. So it's not a very stable position for me to be in. Bit of stuff, grown paint and that on the camera itself there. Trying to get that off. Sorry about the fingers in the way there. So up to now, it hasn't been a brilliant day, but at least I've caught a couple of fish. So I'm back out again. Just after that rowing boat went through. And he said rowing club. Right, so push you over towards you here a bit now. I want to be better because you don't want to be looking at me all the time. So shortly I'll have a go on the inside, see if there's anything moving about there in a minute. Try a piece of lunch and meat down the line. At the moment I'm quite happy to try different baits. There's an elderly gentleman fishing further down for me, and he hadn't had anything up till about half hour ago, so as usual all the pegs, I got down here at 6 o'clock this morning, and all the usual good pegs, 95, 96, 93, 94, they were all already taken. So the elderly gentleman who was below me, he'd been down the river before me, and he's informed me that he was down here at 5:30 in the morning and those pegs are already gone. So I really have no idea what time people get up in the morning, but it seems to me as if they're down there at least 4 o'clock in the morning, and you know, this time of year it's still pitch black then. Yeah, so I've gone through a few times with meat now, no success. Yeah, I've tried a piece of corn as well.
Catch it?
No mate, no. So guys, third fish, chub again. This time it's on meat. If I can get hold of the thing. So I'm holding this camera at the moment, so it's not the easiest thing for me to do to get hold of this fish. So there we go guys, there's meat chub this time. I've been getting a few bites, but they're very quick bites with the meat. They're not as easy to catch as with the bread. So with the bread, because there's a bigger piece of bait, you get the better fish. These seem to be smaller, but they're very quick bites. You've got to be right on it. So guys, chub number 4, and I think the easiest thing for me to do is to show you this fish in the net. So hopefully you can see that in there. And if I swap it around, I can see what you're looking at then. There we go guys, fish number 4, chub about 3/4 pound on the meat again. Definitely better fish on the bread, but you know they're quite hard to catch on the meat. So I'm out again guys now.
Yeah, but those marble arrests in the tennis courts, they're not like these, like racing fish. They're there all year round, summer and winter. It's just that. Well, that batch when we were years ago.
Well, that's all. So you're not getting a fish every cast by any means, but I'm pretty pleased I've been catching a couple on the meat because I was struggling with the meat to start off with. just nice to catch a couple of fish on the last day of the season. What's been good about today is I've been catching on the low river, and I caught on a river which has been way up the bank. Yes, yeah. On the meat after.
Yeah, on the meat you catch them on
Yeah, that took me a long time to get him on the meat though, mate.
yeah. At least you catch it.
Yeah.
Quiet. A few perch, yeah, close in.
And I have fed it in there, but I've just stayed out here. I'm trying to catch a couple of chub today, that's all.
Yeah.
So I've had 4 and I've lost 1 or 2.
1 or 2. Yeah, not too bad. So it's got really hard. Last week it just got hard. If you go ahead the birch cactus.
So I'm hooked into one now, guys. He's down here somewhere. Just hope to come up. There he is. Not such an easy thing to do because you've got the cameras right in the way. If anything, that's one of the better ones I've caught on the meat. I gotta be careful here now with this rod because it's not in a very good position. This fish is definitely a better fish. Not a massive chub, but good pound or so. Got right in the lip again. So I may well do the same thing as I did before. Watch this rod a minute, guys. I don't want to be saying goodbye to this now, because I was heading for the bank then. Right, so here we go. Bit zoomed in there. I might have to zoom that out actually. I was too zoomed out, that was, guys. So there's the fish. Nice looking chub. So I'll put him back in now. So I think that's number 5. And the guy opposite me, he's one of the match fishermen that comes down here. He's caught quite a few fish up to now, and he's been telling me that he thinks it's a bit cold on this side, and that's why I'm not catching as many, because he's on the warmer bank over there with the sun on it. So, a couple of little mallards coming down here. Male and female. Anyway guys, I'll knock you off. So guys, I think this is number 7. So I'm well happy with that. So this time, unbelievably guys, I got a skimmer bream. And that fish is pushing a pound, I suppose. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that today really, but he was out in the flow as well. So guys, yet another meat chub. Very enjoyable day so far. I'll watch it don't jump. There we go, another meat chub. And that fish, about a pound and a bit. I won't be bothering putting any of them in a keep net. I didn't even bring a keep net with me. Hey guys, I'm in again. This time this fish was right down the end of the swim. There he is. And you can make that out in the water there. Another fish about a pound. I didn't make that out. The light's not that good yet, so I'll chuck it back. Well, not chuck him back in, put him in back in with the land in there. There you go. So fishing has been pretty good for a change. Did have a spell where I wasn't catching. It took me a while to bring these chub into the swim with the meat. Originally I was casting out a lot further into the river, but now so I just wanted to point out something to you guys. Down below me now is a really big shoal of bleak, and I don't know whether you can pick them up. There's little ringlets coming on the surface. That's bleak. So whether they're going to affect my fishing or not, I don't know, but there's rather a large shoal. I haven't been loose feeding, so you can see just by the amount there's a lot of them. So I've hooked into a fish now and he's way down from where I have been catching them. So I've managed to bring him up, and he's bleaker everywhere now. They're right underneath me. Just about to bring this fish in now, guys. Sorry, I can't show you the fishing that well. It's a really poor place for me to put a camera. But it's not a bad place to fish, so you have to sort of take the rough with the smooth side, so to speak. So this is one of the smaller chub of the session. Again, right in the lip. He's out. So, gingerly I'll show you this fish because he's definitely ready to go on his way. There you go, guys, there's the old chub again. So as you can see, I've had quite a few fish here today, and the match guy opposite me, I don't know what his name is, but he's been catching quite a few. So quick wait for the answer. I was going to count all these fish that I've been catching here today, but you sort of get lost in the moment because you've sort of been going a long time before catching anything, and then when you do get a couple, you forget the clicker for the so watch this. I've got a bit of a loop here, guys. So I'm hoping not to mess up here. Hopefully that's sorting itself out. Not too much problem. So there we go. So what I've done is I've taken a leaf out of Steve Mayer's book. I've mentioned that guy a few times because he knows the why as good as anyone. And I've got a couple of bullets on there, round bullets, a couple of 2 number 4s, one either side of the bullets, and a number 8 then underneath it. And then I've sort of got 14 inches, 2 number 6s, and then I've got a good foot before I reach the hook, and I've got a size 14 hook on because I've had to come down. I know I was catching the chub, I had a fairly big hook on when I was catching the chub. I think it was a size 10. I did go up to a size 8, but I didn't catch any on a size 8, but I was catching them on a size 10. But I'm on a size 14 now with a luncheon meat, which has been going quite well actually. So knock you off again, guys. So guys, purchase time. Not a bad one, sort of about half, 3/4 a pound. So it's a really good day so far. Can't knock it at all. Pity is we're at the end of the season again. So guys, another chub again. It's been a while. I've had to wait a long time for this fish to come along. Again, it's a meat fish, caught right in the lip again. I'll leave it in the side of the net this time. So there we go guys. It's freezing cold, as the water is. So I'll pop him back in now. So that's probably at least 17 chub I've had today, and a skimmer green and a perch, and some of the chub were over a pound, one was 2, so I've probably got about 20 odd pound of fish today, which I'm happy with. We always want more, don't we guys? We gotta catch a few more fish. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm going to carry on for a bit, and I may show you the next couple of fish I catch as well. I really should be packing up really, but it's been a while since I've had a fish. So lesson learned today is to cast downstream. Put plenty of bait in, which is like standard practice really there. Caught right up in the twigs, you know, which is not ideal. I'm not even sure whether I've been caught up in this tree above me. I think I am actually. So I'm going to have to loosen that off guys. So unlock you off again. Well guys, they're still coming. There's another one, and they're all of a decent size really. There's only one I've caught which has been small, so the fish are back in the swim again now. I had a long spell where I wasn't catching anything, but I banged in quite a few balls of ground bait and the fish are back again now. What's your name, mate? What's your name? What's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
Dave. I think the rotter's just by you there.
A what?
Otter. I think I just saw it just darting there somewhere.
I would like to caught that on film. So just Dave, is that what's your surname?
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
No. What's your surname?
Feeney. F-W-A-N-Y.
Dave Feeney, okay. You're on YouTube now.
What?
You'll be on YouTube now. Dave Feeney, fish opposite me. So a guy called Dave Feeney has fished opposite me. He's the one of the match regulars up here, and he's had a decent day. He's had a lot more chub than what I have, but he's a lot more experienced than what I am of catching these chub in here. Everybody above here, all the pegs above 84, have all blanked. So I have to consider myself quite lucky really, because it hasn't been the easiest days fishing by any means, but at least I've had a few. And I'm being greedy. I should be packing up really, but I want to see if I can catch one or two more. Not really happy with the position of this camera, but the peg itself, it is really awkward to put a camera up in. So I need a bit of a twist on the end here of this now. I think all the youngsters are coming out on the rowing club now. That is sort of one of the main sports that people do on here. Dave Feeney, I think that's what his name is if I can remember rightly, he's said there's an otter working the bank down by me just now. I haven't seen it myself. I have seen the old ratty tat and the jenny wren, but I haven't seen any otter. So I'll undo this tangle and then see if I can catch another.
Good.